Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am sharing the recipe for authentic kobbari burelu and it's Andhra's special recipe for Sankranti or Pongal. This recipe is age-old traditional recipe for Pongal, and today I am sharing the traditional recipe followed by grandmother and carried to us. These are very crispy outside and soft inside. Here you can see I'm breaking one and showing it for you. These are crunchy and crispy outside and soft inside with well balanced flavors of coconut in every bite. So now let's get into the recipe and see the process. To start with, here I measured 3 cups of rice and transferred to a bowl. Make sure to use the same cup for the standard measurement. Here I am washing this rice thoroughly and I am allowing this to soak for 24 hours. So here I am adding this fresh water and I am soaking this for one whole day and one whole night. After 24 hours our rice is well soaked, so now we need to discard this water and wash it thoroughly once again and transfer to a sieve and strain the water. Straining the excess water is mandatory so that this rice will be dried completely. After the water is entirely strained off, then transfer to a cloth and allow this to dry under fan. We need to dry the rice under the fan just for 20 to 30 minutes. After 20 minutes of drying, here I am transferring the rice to a blender and I am going to blend this and make into a fine powder in batches. After grinding, here you can see we got a fine powder, and this powder I am transferring to a sieve and I am sieving the rice flour. This sieving helps in getting fine and smooth rice flour, and the texture of our kobbari burelu also depends on the fine texture of the rice flour that we used. After sieving, here you can see this coarse rice flour is left out. So I am transferring to this blender and we need to press this rice flour that we sieved very tightly and make it compact so that it is not dried up. And this is an important tip to retain moisture in the rice flour. Now to this blender I am adding the remaining rice and I am going to grind this into fine powder. And now I am transferring this to a sieve and sieving the rice flour. After sieving the fine flour, coarse flour will be left out in the sieve that we need to transfer to the blender and blend it along with the rice again. Following the method, here I ground all the rice and got this much amount of rice flour. Press it tight to keep it compact. Now for the next step, take a heavy and thick bottomed vessel and with the same cup that I used for measuring rice, I'm using the same cup and measured 2 1/4 cups of jaggery and I'm adding 1/4 cup of water to melt this jaggery. Here I am cooking this jaggery to low to medium flame and I am stirring this continuously to avoid burning from the bottom. After 3 to 4 minutes, our jaggery is well cooked and I am checking this consistency of the jaggery syrup. After adding to cold water, it is melting here, so still it needs to be cooked for a minute. Here you can see this jaggery is not holding the structure, it is falling down. So I'm going to cook this for about a minute, and after a minute again I'm checking the consistency if it is attained or not. To check the consistency, I'm adding few drops of jaggery syrup to cold water and see if it is holding its shape or not. Here you can see it is holding its shape and it is kind of ball like. At this stage we need to switch off the flame and here I am adding 1/4 teaspoon of ilachi powder and 1 cup of fresh grated coconut. Here you can see after adding coconut I am mixing everything, and now at this stage I am adding 2 tablespoons of fresh homemade ghee. Adding ghee will give additional taste and flavor to our kobbari burelu. After adding ghee, here I am transferring the prepared rice flour in batches. After each batch, we need to mix it thoroughly so that there are no lumps. Make sure to add in small quantities and mix it and then add the next batch. This way, adding in batches and mixing helps in avoiding lumps, and also it helps to know the correct consistency of the dough. The entire process of adding rice flour and mixing should be done after switching off the flame. Otherwise, we will not get the correct consistency of the batter and finally kobbari burelu will not be soft. Here you can see this is the correct consistency of the dough, and this much of rice flour is left from the rice flour we prepared. And the dough should be little loose like this because after resting for an hour it will become tight. Here you can see now after resting for an hour it became cold and also it is holding the shape. Here I took a butter pepper and greased the butter pepper with a few drops of ghee, and here I am taking a small lemon sized dough and I am making it into a round ball and spread it on the butter pepper into a thin patty kind of. Here you can see I am showing this thickness also. The thickness should not be more than this. And also, if you observe here, I'm able to make the patty without any pressure. Here I dropped a small drop of dough and I'm checking if the oil is hot enough, and I'm dropping this patty into the oil. After it is dropped into the oil, it should rise by itself to the top of the oil, and also it will become little fluffy. Then we need to turn it to the other side and allow it to fry. Once it's fried on both sides, remove from the oil and then transfer another patty. One important tip here is, if we are able to spread the dough without applying much pressure, then it shows the correct consistency of the dough. With this, our authentic Andhra special traditional Kobbari Burelu are ready for Sankranti or Pongal celebration. So friends, try making this traditional Kobbari Burelu for the Sankranti or Pongal, following the recipe with the tips explained. And if you like the recipe, please consider subscribing to Homemade Flavors and press the bell icon for more interesting recipes. This is Rupa signing off for today, and see you in the next video. Thank you.